And finally get a little country road music going on here as we bring in head coach Tim Bernero. And hey, a winning streak, 2 in a row. Congratulations.
Said Major League, hey, you win tomorrow, you win the next game. That's called a winning streak,
That's
So
right.
I guess that's what we're at right now. So, yeah, to be cliched, we're getting better. I had to figure out where we slotted stuff and what would work for us, and I think we're getting comfortable with what we can do. You just said it, John. The 8 turnovers is huge. I mean, again, you've got really young people on the floor. For them to understand how to time things up offensively and get the ball to places and not turn it over. Once you do that, now you've got a chance. I mean, if you get a good possession offensively, we're starting to make shots a little bit better. We find people that can make those shots. We got a little excited there. We're trying to, and I guess this is the first time this group together had a 20-point lead. So there's a rhythm to playing like that too. You have to make the other team chase you a little bit and guard you. And, it's not high school basketball where you're going to hold it for 3 minutes, but you don't want to just one pass shoot it, and if they hit a couple threes on the other end, all of a sudden you've bought yourself a game.
You did a great job defensively. I know you were concerned with Pearson. She was held to 7 points and for the most part protected the paint here today. They really didn't get after you in the lane, and the defense kind of carried your way. After the leading late in the first quarter, you never relinquished the lead going forward after that.
Yeah, we're getting figured out defensively. Again, we went from with Margot, who didn't play the first game at Milliken. All of a sudden, now I've decided she's our best defender on the perimeter. So again, that's just finding places for the kids. She did a really good job on Williams at Wheaton, made her earn points. And today she had Braun, did a good job on that. Amanda got stuck with Pearson, and she's hard to guard. She's kind of shifty with the ball. She's a good player. She can make shots if you go under screens. We got her in foul trouble. She got 2 fouls in the first quarter, so that helped keep her off the floor for the first half a little bit. But, I think we took care of their, it's always something where you took care of them in the first half, and in the end of the half, I thought we were going to get further away than 10, and 2 kids that we didn't even have in the scouting report both bury threes. So now you just got to guard them all and do the best we can.
You certainly did. Lauren Knight with 13 points tonight, 7 assists from Knight, and I think you found yourself a point guard now going forward, at least for the next couple of years.
She's just a really good guard. I mean, that's she's at the point right now because that's where we have a spot for her. She could play off the ball if you had somebody else there. And again, sort of unfair to give the ball to a freshman and say, go get them in this league. And we didn't get a chance to kind of ease into it and play non-conference games that don't have as much, much weighing on them, as playing CCIW teams. So, all of them, everybody in that locker room, we've made some mistakes. We've kind of we took our lumps early on, and I think we figured some things out, and she's been at the top of that list. Carried us the other night scoring like crazy. 7 assists on top of still 13 points, and she was a kid that just looks, when you watch her play, she looks like she's under control. Everything's, she's getting better defensively. She's a good defender. I think the thing that kids find out from high school to college is there's a lot of good offensive players on both teams. So you can't take a break or forget something and leave a shooter open or leave something open. You get yourself in trouble doing that, and we're getting better at that. We're understanding. I phrased it to them, the defensive urgency. You have to be on your task every possession and the best you can. And if they make shots contested or they bank one in or whatever, you deal with it. But as long as we're in the right spots, we'll be fine.
I thought your press today, too, unfolding out here today, that 2-1-2 press, that flustered them. They turned the ball over 18 times. You come out a plus 10 on the turnover ratio. You're even on the glass, and you have 16 assists to their 8. So, I mean, that's aggressive. That's taking care of things.
Yeah, the press has gotten us in a position where we can kind of, slow people down. Again, we're not the biggest team, so some people try to get and pound us. We have to kind of make that for a shorter period of time. If we let them do that for 30 seconds and we're back on, we've had some really good teams here that we could sit back, meet you at the 3-point line and say, we're not giving you anything. You're going to contest every 3-point shot. We're going to beat you up when you get in the lane. We're not that part yet, so we're getting better at it, but we've got to make sure we're still able to kind of change the game a little bit, and the press helps. Just kind of, they were uncomfortable with what we saw Thursday. I thought, I was wondering if they were going to do something different to attack it, and they really didn't. So we just had to match up, do some things, and again, learning the urgency of once the ball goes over your head in the press, you got to communicate to each other. And some of the stuff we were talking about at halftime is just simple second level stuff where it's like, okay, you got to take whoever's in front of you, but anytime they cross, if you got Nancy on, 6-foot kid, next time anyone's near there, switch them back as fast as you can. So, that's the next level stuff that we're getting to.
And I think that's the other part you just touched on, the communication on the court now. I think the girls are talking to each other. There's some communication there, and I think that translates into fewer turnovers, fewer mistakes defensively, and being in the proper position when a shot goes up also to dig out a rebound. Like I said, even on the glass today.
Even on the glass, +4 down there. We're getting to the offensive glass. If I'm picking on anything, and I told them down there, I said, some of the stuff we got to get to where we're not giving away fouls unnecessarily. Because Sammy and I are over there, feel like there's always trying to put out a fire, going, okay, she's got 2. Well, who's got 2? No, she's got 3. I can't put her out there. And to that vein, putting Sam Carcello in there, she did a fantastic job today. I mean, she's her offensive game's still developing. She's a good shooter at that little baseline one that she made. But we needed her for a couple minutes in the second quarter, and then again in the third, where she walled up and guarded her kid and helped defensively on those guards that were trying to take the ball to the basket and got a rebound or 2. That's a great job by her being ready when she got called on.
I was going to say, she has spent the first 3 years here kind of on the scout team, kind of playing the scout defense, scout offense, but knows what's going on. She's attentive in practice, and like you said, you never know when you're going to get called on, and here today she got 10 minutes of playing time.
Right, and I didn't have to put her in a position where there's a lot of pressure on her. If we're down 10 instead of up 10, trying to put pressure on her to have to score too, this was a good way to kind of get her some time, ease her in there. Again, with Destiny being hurt, Lauren Herman being hurt, we're down a couple people. So, next man up, next woman up, as they say, and you move them in, and she did a great job today.
Well, you got a busy week next week now. You got the makeup with North Park, I believe, on Tuesday, correct?
Yep, we're back there on Tuesday.
And then you're home here Thursday with Elmhurst, and then Saturday at Elmhurst. So I think 3 winnable games here the way you're playing right now.
I hope so. I mean, that's the game we played North Park here was when we were still trying to figure it out. They're going to play it close to the vest usually. That one was, I think, 47-40, and we were struggling to get to 40. We're starting to score a little bit. We're not going to score 80 points a game anytime soon with this group yet, but we're starting to get in positions where we can score when we get those opportunities, and we're making opportunities by getting to the basket and getting to the free throw line a little bit more. Well,
North Park's leading Augustana 70-35. That game in the fourth. A couple of finals already. Milliken over Elmhurst and Wheaton over Carroll today, 66-55. So that's back-to-back losses for Carroll right now.
Yeah, I don't, this league, without non-conference games and stuff, it makes it even harder to figure out who's where and who's what. And how, I have no idea. We're about a week away from the conference tournament, and I have no idea what that tiebreakers and all that stuff. I mean, some people, Lord willing, we're going to get through this next week, and we'll play all 12 that they allowed us to schedule in the regular season from the CCIW. If that happens, but there's other people that I think are only at 7 or 9. So, again, we talked in the beginning that the win is playing the games, just getting the kids on the floor and doing what they do. Now winning the games is obviously that's way preferable, and we're getting to that point.
Well, and hats off to your staff, the athletic training staff, and your team, because I talked with Nate at halftime. It's no fun getting tested and having a swab up your nose 3-4 times a week to get ready for a game and practice alone and also for games. So.
No, and that's a great thing to bring up, because it's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Kelsey Peterson and Jake Dinauer and Nate and all those people are setting stuff up before 8 o'clock so that those kids have a chance to test from 8 o'clock to noon, and then transferring the stuff to get it tested, to get it play. That's the thankless part of this season. But if we didn't have people doing that, we'd have no chance to be out here right now. So, all that stuff is greatly appreciated, just giving us the chance to do that. And the kids, it's funny, it becomes routine once you start doing it. And for me, we rode all the way back from North Central on Thursday, got off the bus, I got in my car, and I went, oh yeah, they got a test tomorrow morning. So I texted them 30 seconds after I left them. So you start forgetting stuff. They just need to know, it's just the routine of what we're doing this year. And we've been fortunate. I think the kids have done a good job taking care of themselves. And we're looking forward to finishing the season strong like we have the last few days.
Well, good luck on the trip to Chicago on Tuesday. We'll have you back here Thursday for the final home regular season game against Elmhurst, and hopefully we'll have a couple win on coming in, a 3-game winning streak going into that game on Thursday.
I hope so. Now I get to go back and look at the North Park one from before. I mean, we thought we were playing them on a Thursday, and we had to, again, back to what you're saying about the protocols and all that stuff. We were there, and it was the right thing to do by the schools and for the kids to not play the game, even though we were sitting there in the locker room an hour before the game. So we have to go back. Now we have to go pay that one and go play that. When you're playing well, you want to keep playing. So we're playing well the last few, so the games don't feel so bad for the kids. And I'll get tomorrow to get us ready and give them something to do on Monday to look at, so we know what we're doing.
Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Congratulations on picking up win number 2. It's a winning streak for the Firebirds.
How about that?
I love it.
Hey, we're undefeated as Firebirds.
There you go. I love that.
I quit.
Timmy, have a good weekend. We'll see you Thursday.
Appreciate it, John. Thanks.
You bet. Tim Bernero, head basketball coach for the Carthage Firebirds here today. A winner, 72-50 over North Central.